One second. I'm sorry. I barely have time in the morning. A dog that has been with my family for 18 years has died today. And I'm not gonna sit here and drag on this stuff for anything. I just want to stop it right here before I get on with anything. This is taking place in between 2 episodes. Who knew? Which is why you heard someone calling me. We're gonna have to bury her soon. It's not something I'm gonna drag on for a video. I'm not gonna act like I'm happy. So let's continue. Yoink.
Don't think it can take a hit. I should be able to use it to glide.
Hey, look. We're still trying to sort out this mess. Seems like the Tenakth have a civil war in their hands.
That sounds about right. The marshals weren't expecting Regalla to attack.
And the entire Karja delegation was slain. Nozar, Wadis, Vishav. A massacre. What will you do now?
I have to head west. Hopefully this rite of passage is still good. For what I'm after, I'll cross all of Tenakth territory if I have to.
Then you have a long road ahead of you. This is only the threshold of the Forbidden West. The Tenakth's true domain lies over the mountains that border Plainsong, home of the Utaru tribe.
This isn't Tenakth territory?
All that out there? That's no man's land. It was supposed to be neutral ground, though obviously this Regalla ignored that. Her rebels approached from the north, with all those machines they were riding. They must have made camp up that way.
The rebels were riding bristlebacks. And there were bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Are you saying the rebels let them into the Daunt? How would that even be possible?
I don't know. But it's worth looking into.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy. Maybe you could check in on them. See if they're all right.
I can keep an eye out. Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one, over there, near the Utaru border. But why?
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the land.
If you say so. Is there anything else I can tell you before you go?
Vishav called Regalla a rival. Someone the Tenakth chief should have killed.
Yeah, I reckon he should have. She's obviously a huge threat. Her attack was coordinated and precise. Until you got in her way, that is.
They knew the lay of the land. And they knew Vishav was going to be handed over at the embassy. If the Tenakth weren't expecting her, she must have spent months gathering an army in secret.
They had to have made camp nearby. Somewhere they could lie low until the perfect moment to strike.
About Vishav.
The man was taken captive by the Tenakth. Survived for years out in the west, only to die just short of the Sundom. It's a cruel end for a good soldier.
There was more he wanted to do. He spoke of advocating for lasting peace between the Karja and Tenakth.
Too late for that now.
What will happen to him?
His body will be carried back to Meridian. As a cousin of the Sun King, he will be accorded official rights, buried with honor. No soldier could ask for more.
It's too bad about Nazar and Juarez.
At least Nozar went down fighting. As for the Sun Priest, well, no one deserves to go out that way. I'll make sure they're given proper funeral rites. It's the least I can do.
Do you think the Karja will take action against Regalla? Seems like you'd have common ground with the Tenakth.
An expedition of the Karja army into the west could be taken as the start of another invasion. Sun King Avad won't risk it. That said, we can't allow ourselves to be caught unaware by an attack like that again.
You said the Tenakth lands are far to the west. What can I expect to find between here and there?
Well, as I mentioned, you've got a stretch of wilderness known as No Man's Land, and then New Taru farmlands. Past that are the Tenakth. Their territory is split into 3 clans: Desert, Lowland, and Sky.
Right. I saw their banners at the embassy.
The Desert clan is closest. Ooh, vicious lot. Where everyone else sees an inhospitable wasteland, they see a challenge to dominate. Somewhere beyond the desert is the tribe's capital and the territories of the other 2 clans.
You don't sound certain.
I've only heard the stories. During the Red Raids, the Karja army tried to push into Tenakth territory, but the United Clans rose up against them, forced them all the way back to the Daunt.
So no one except the Tenakth really know what's beyond the desert.
Maybe the scholars do, back in Meridian. All those scrolls have to be filled with something, right?
I give you that.
You mentioned the Utaru tribe. Their lands are between here and the Tenakth further west?
That's right. Plainsong is their home. They're a peaceful bunch, at least compared to the Tenakth. More taken to farming than fighting.
It's hard to imagine a bunch of farmers surviving in the Forbidden West.
Make no mistake, they have a fierceness all their own. When the Karja were pushed back during the Red Raids, their warriors chased ours through the burning fields of Plainsong. The Sun King has made several overtures of peace to them as well, but so far, they've declined.
If they're so peaceful, why decline?
Don't know. I heard they have their own troubles to deal with. Something about a food shortage. You'd think that'd make them open to trade, but no. They just want to be left alone.
This area is no man's land.
That it is. The Tenakth used to attack anyone past Barren Light on sight, but after Avad overthrew the Mad Sun King, he reached out to the other tribes to offer reconciliation. The Tenakth agreed to a neutral border zone as part of the peace talks. Karja and Oseram have been striking out into the area ever since.
But now, it seems like Regalla and her rebel army have moved in.
Well, I'd never call No Man's Land safe, even in the best of times. The ancient ruins of the Southwest are a testament to that. Remnants of some forgotten war.
You said there were others who went out when the gates were open before. Like who?
Well, in addition to the salvagers that just went through, there were a couple of other parties of Oseram Delvers. Even saw 2 Karja scholars trekking southwest with an Oseram crew. Not sure if they're exceptionally brave or just foolhardy.
I'd need to be on my way.
Then I wish you luck. The gates will always be open to you should you wish to return. And don't worry about your friends. We'll get them patched up.
I appreciate it.
Sun watch over you, Aloy. I hope you find what you're looking for.
I'll put these in my bag.
Oh, good news. video games has effectively become my coping mechanism, so... Oh yes, square while eating, and tap O to stop. Okay. Pretty easy, I'll be looking at that actually quite often.
So, this is like the Ben West. A whole new frontier to explore. The coordinates from the spire should lead to Silence and Hades. And just maybe, a backup of Gaia. It won't be easy out there. The Blight, the Storms, Regalla's machine riders. But I'll have to push through it all. Find a way to fix the world. Like Elizabeth would. The woman who led the ambush, Regalla, had a lot of machines under her command. There's only one other person who has that kind of knowledge. Silence. What's his angle? Why help to knock the rebels?
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he encountered them before. We don't know. Nice. I'm not really keeping track of my resources, since the inventory seems to be much larger at the get-go for this game. So I'm not really concerned about overfilling it, really. I do if I do end up overfilling it, at least I know where the limit would be at. Right now I'm just collecting a whole bunch of heals and materials.
Good spot to test the shield wing. While I climb down, I can glide.
Well, you're not wrong, Aloy. It's a nice spot. Nothing. No, wait, no thank you. I think I'd rather jump off and probably get towards that. Ow.
I fell farther than I thought.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little too small of a spot to actually jump off now that I recognize it. Guess I hit that. He's also probably... You okay, Aloy? Oh, I'm only able to craft one potion.
It's taking over the land out here, too.
Not stepping in that. It's probably the reason why that potion exists.
Those must be the salvagers I met in Barrenlight. Looks like something's going on.
If it isn't the savior of Meridian, and of my very own operation. Laren, say hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You know, if it weren't for this one, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now. Nasty business. What the Tenakth did back at the embassy. But everyone in Barren Light is thankful you drove them off.
So this is your salvage operation.
You won't find a better place to trade machine parts in the West. And soon we'll be trading in more than just that. For too long, the West has been, well, forbidden. Dangerous.
Still
But
is.
what if I told you we could make an armor so tough, so infallible, that you'd never have to worry about survival out here again?
I'd be curious to take a look at it.
Of course you would. And that's why I've asked my most talented salvagers to find what they need to make that armor. Each of them will present their work to me. The best protection will go on sale to hunters, just like you.
Lucky me.
Let me
Now,
guess, that
if you'll
armor will
excuse
also
me,
be at the end
I
of
have
the
some
game.
business to attend to back in Chainscrape. Larend can take care of you while I'm gone. Can't wait to see what you come up with, my boy.
Leave it to me. It'll blow all the others out of the forge.
You have got to help me.
What are you talking about?
The armor. I made a dozen versions of it. But none of them were good enough. And there are other crews further west. If they make better armor than mine, I can kiss that keg full of shards goodbye.
So you get a prize if Karif picks your armor?
A big one. And I finally have the perfect design. I just need the right parts, and fast. So maybe you'd be willing to pick up a contract and get them for me?
What would I be looking for?
Shell walker containers.
Alright, that's easy.
Their plating's made to withstand a lot of damage. It'll make the perfect armor. I know it.
I think I can handle that.
Ah, thank the forge. All right. We scouted out a herd near here. Here's the contract. It'll tell you everything you need to know. You take the machines down. My people will pick up the containers.
I'll give this a closer look later. Thanks.
I'm counting on you, Aloy.
I am actually probably going to do that first. So I have to do this one.
I might want to read that contract before going on the hunt.
Hey, treasures.
It's gonna be you and me.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, it's only 2, from what I can tell. me just sneak behind, well, near you at least.
This one looks like it's got a canister.
Ow. I forgot to heal. Whoops.
Huntress! You're back!
I'm gonna head it back over there, like, near immediately. Because, yeah, it's right over there. And kiss whatever was in that piece goodbye. That was nice. I guess I have to use that.
To knock brothers.
You okay?
Must have been a huge thing. Everything I had to say to buy Zero Dawn time.
Oh, that's a nice. That's a funny detail. Over here, there's a bunch of dead corruptors.
An old world ruin. Wonder what's inside. Stay here.
Sky Drifter. That's new. Well, obviously it's new. There's gonna be a lot of new machines. Let me guess. There's like 4 forms of them. There's like 18 forms of this and just this. And there's 2 forms of this. Of course there has to be. They added 18 different versions of the same robot. The last game it was barely over 2. I'm not even joking, it's like 2 different swatchers. Yeah, not yet. I'm slowly learning the controls though.
Pretty sure that's the passage Larian's contract mentions. Sherlockers use this passage regularly, and Laren wants their plating. I just need to wait them out at his camp. Might be a good idea to place some traps on the road first. Catch the convoy by surprise.
I'm assuming it's a path through here, so you're gonna want like.
I should rest up. Wait for the convoy.
Ah, I still got more, like 3 more traps.
It's here.
Ow.
That's all. I'll let you overkill. The convoy. It's here.
Let's see. Oh, they're walking towards us.
Lauren's contract said they'd set up traps along the passage. Might as well use them. Could be useful if I time it right.
Oh yeah, I set up like an electricity trap. Confused but not aggression.
Looking for me. Timber here. I should salvage what I can and leave the plating for Laren's crew.
I was gonna say, I want to take that pound shell though.
That's plenty of salvage for me. An old world ruin. Wonder what's inside.
If it isn't the hero of the day. Sure, I'm glad you came by when you did.
Are you all Delvers?
We've been working No Man's Land for a while. I was hoping to get back to Barrenlight by the time they opened the gates, you know? After that embassy of theirs. Seeing as how we almost got minced to pieces just now, I'm guessing things didn't go so well.
You could say that.
It's not like No Man's Land was safe to begin with. But I didn't think I'd have to worry about the Tenakth in neutral territory. And now, they're riding machines.
If you were headed back to Barren Light, why did you stop here?
We ran across some ruins nearby. Thought we'd take a gander, find some good salvage. But the place is full of weird red crystals. Can't get through the stuff. So we ended up making camp here. First thing tomorrow, though, we head straight to Barren Light. Should probably send a message to our crew down at Jagged Deep about all this, too.
Jagged Deep?
It's a dig site by this big lake down south. Old world scrap everywhere. Can't miss it. And that's my cue. Here. Thanks for helping us out. Maybe I'll get into more trouble and see you around.
Well, let's hope not.
Okay, pretty much just an encounter.
Huntress! You're back!
Steady.
This is something that happened in the old game a lot.
I took down that shell walker for you.
Vonda! Rendor! We got a pickup! Per our contract, here's your payment. This will definitely help me make some great armor.
What?
Well, I realized an armor made out of Shellwalker plating's good, but with just a few minor additions, it could be so much better. If you'd be willing to take on a few more contracts. What do you say?
First, I want to check out your trades. And that would be my dog downstairs barking. Can I have bronze ingot? Pass that in, probably get 10 shards, repeat that. This is the cycle.
Good call.
That will be it for now.